Radhe Radhe everyone, it's Govinda, and in today's video I want to tell you guys the story of how Lord Sri Hanuman met Sita Ma and how he found her in Lanka. This story is also known as the Sundarkand. Hanumanji was chosen for this mission. He jumped off and took Ram's name and flew off to find Sita Ma. Now he was the only person who was actually strong enough to be able to find Sita Ma. And he was also strong enough to be able to jump all the way to Lanka. Now they were pretty far away. So he set off on his journey. Now the gods made a mountain, Mountain Mainaka, to rise and let Hanuman rest on it. But Hanuman put his hand on it and said, "How can I rest until I have finished the task I have undertaken?" So then he set off and came across Surasa, mother of serpents. Now Surasa was opening her mouth, trying to bite and eat Hanumanji. But Hanumanji was smart. He kept doubling his size to that of the mouth. And so she couldn't catch him until her mouth was 800 miles long. That's pretty long. He then became really small, flew into the mouth and right back out. She said, "You have passed my test. Now go off on your mission." So Hanumanji did. And he found another demon. Now this demon was catching birds from the sea. And she thought catching Hanuman would be easy. But it wasn't. Hanumanji made himself the size of a fly. And for us humans, a fly is hard to catch anyway. But for a giant, whew. So she couldn't catch Hanuman. And Hanumanji went off, finally arrived at Lanka. All he could see was gold, and there was a lot of gold. Hanumanji made himself very tiny. He took the name of Rama and flew into the city. He looked for the most beautiful mansion, because he knew that would be the one of Ravan. Then he went into Ravan's mansion. But he got attacked by Lankini. She was sort of like the bouncer, a security guard for Ravan. And she tried fighting him. She tried talking some smack as well, but Hanumanji had none of it. He punched her in the face. She told him that when Brahma gave Ravan his boon, Brahma had told Lankini that when you are punched in the mouth by a monkey, that will be the end of the demon race. Hanuman set off on his journey, and he found Ravan sleeping in his bed, which must be pretty uncomfortable when you have 10 heads. Then he kept looking for Sita Ma, and he found a beautiful room with beautiful artworks of Ram's bow and arrow. There was a tulsi plant as well. This was the room of Ravan's little brother, Vibhishan. Vibhishan woke up and started taking God's name and praying. Hanumanji said, "Wow, what pious, amazing religious man lives here. I should become friends with him." He disguised himself as a Brahmin and introduced himself to Vibhishan. When Vibhishan introduced himself, Hanumanji showed his true form as the beautiful monkey we know him as. He and Vibhishan became friends, and Vibhishan told him where Sita Ma was, in Ashok Vatika. So that's where he went. And he found her, but he had to hide in the bushes because Ravan had woken up and he was going to her. He had a bunch of women around him, and the plan was for them to help intimidate her into marrying him. See, Ravan tried lots of things to make Sita Ma marry him. He tried being nice, he tried being mean, he tried giving her leverage, but nothing worked on Sita Ma. Pretty loyal. So then he went to kill her, until the daughter of Maya stopped him and said, Don't kill her. It's not right." So then Ravan said, "Okay, I'll give her 1 month to accept my marriage offer. If not, I'll kill her." Yeah, talk about love. So then he left, and he left the women there to intimidate her. But there was one woman there, Trijata, and she had a dream where a monkey comes and burns down all of Lanka and kills all the demons. She thought from that they should be nice to Sita, and she was pretty influential, so everyone was nice to Sita and started serving her. Finally, later, when they all left, she was sad and she was scared. She knew she only had a month to live. She was praying for Ram and for God to save her. Hanumanji was distressed. He was so upset that he could see Sita that sad. She was in love with Ram and she lost him. He went over, and while she prayed, he took one of Rama's rings with him. Now he had one of Rama's rings, and while she prayed and she finished her prayer, he dropped the ring and she caught it. She thought, wow, it's a symbol from God. It's a signal! And Hanuman started praising Lord Rama, saying that Lord Rama is so strong and beautiful. Started singing praises about him. Sita Ma said, who is this beautiful voice, talking so much beautiful stuff about my beloved Ram? Hanumanji revealed himself. I am Hanuman, Ram's messenger. He bowed down. Sita Ma met him and could tell he was a very good and pious and just good man. She asked lots of questions about Ram and Lakshman. Are they alright? Is everything okay? And Hanumanji said yes, they're fine. But Rama misses you a lot. She was so sad. She wished she could go back. Hanuman told her that I can't take you back just yet. Those aren't my orders. My orders are to simply find you. She went, okay. He decided, I have to go back and I have to tell Rama that I found you. But she said, wait, before you go, have some fruits. So he went to have some fruits. But he got spotted by guards. While he ate, the guards tried killing him. But guards are no match for Hanuman. I mean, this is Hanuman. He destroyed them. And the ones he didn't destroy ran off to Ravan. Yeah, horses. So then they went to Ravan and told him, Hanumanji's here. He's gonna kill us. So then Ravan sent his son, Prince Akshay. Prince Akshay set off and tried to fight Hanuman. But Hanuman destroyed him and killed Prince Akshay. Now this made Ravan sad. He sent his other son to go fight him. Now, when this son went to fight him, all of his army went with him. But Hanuman destroyed the army. But Ravan's son didn't have the mission to kill Hanuman. He had to bind him. And that's what he did. But he didn't do it easily. No, he used the Brahmastra. That's Brahma's weapon. And that's like an atomic bomb on Hanuman. And it knocked Hanumanji out. He bound Hanuman and took him to the court of Ravan. When Ravan saw him, he laughed. He'd finally caught Hanuman. But he was sad in his heart. His son, Prince Akshay, had died. The gods were scared. The demons were happy. Hanumanji knew exactly what was going to happen. Because he was smart. They tried setting his tail on fire. And what Hanumanji did was amazingly smart. He made his tail long and long and long until it was so long that Hanumanji became tiny and slipped out through the noose. Then he flew all around Lanka and set fire to the beautiful city. While all of it was on fire, he went to Sita Ma and said, please do not be scared. I'm going to go get Rama and the army and we will come rescue you. And she said, wait, before you go, here, take my hair ornament. Give it to Ram and so that he knows you did meet me. He said okay and set back off home. He finally made it and told everyone what had happened. They were excited. They were happy. But now they knew they were going into war. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was the part 1 of this story, and a part 2 will be coming shortly. Keep a lookout for my New Year's 2021 message. Radhe Radhe, and I hope you enjoyed this video.